Cyclone Harry is currently battering Calabria, Sardinia, and Sicily with devastating force. Researcher Luca Bitta, who lives on the island of La Maddalena, shared his experience with fanpage.it, describing the unusual nature of the storm, characterized by extremely strong and unprecedented easterly winds. Tsunami-like scenes unfolded in Sardinia as Harry reached unprecedented intensity. Cyclone Harry struck Italy with unprecedented force. Sicily, Sardinia, and Calabria faced winds exceeding 100 kilometers per hour, waves up to 10 meters high, and torrential rain. At its peak, the storm caused roads to collapse, trees toppled, power lines broken, landslides, and rivers to overflow. Cyclone Harry struck Calabria, Sardinia, and Sicily with unprecedented force, with winds exceeding 100 kilometers per hour, torrential rain, and most importantly, a historic storm surge. Images from the worst affected Italian coastline show extremely high waves, up to 10 meters, and seawater inundating residential areas, a phenomenon known as a storm surge, typically associated with tropical cyclones. But with the Mediterranean Sea warming due to climate change, these extreme events are now a reality here as well. The current event appears to be much stronger than those recorded in recent years and has characteristics similar to Medicane. The Ionian coast of Calabria recorded wind gusts of up to 122 kilometers per hour, accompanied by a powerful storm surge. In Sardinia, some areas received up to 200 millimeters of rain. This phenomenon resembles Medicane, a Mediterranean storm triggered by ocean warming. The situation is particularly dramatic in Sardinia, where the cyclone struck from the east with unprecedented force. Luca Bitta, researcher and founder of the See Sardinia Association, testified from La Maddalena. This has never happened like this from the east. Storms and large waves come from the north and west, especially from the west. These storms often produce high waves, but today's event is a new development that caused a lot of damage because structures, including port facilities, were not designed to withstand storm surges from this quadrant. The images from the coast are striking. Here, the waves lifted rocks from the breakwater and carried them onto the streets as if they were grains of sand. The images are similar to the tsunami in Japan, where people watched the event from their rooftops, the researcher explained. In Calabria, on the Gulf of Oro Sea in the province of Nuoro, the storm surge has lifted breakwater rocks onto the streets. Many affected areas have not received news due to precautionary evacuations. The Civil Protection Agency and the Army have begun evacuation operations. Around 100 residents have been evacuated from Capoterra, in the province of Cagliari. Other precautionary evacuations have also been carried out in various areas of the island. Barriers at the marina of San Giovanni Le Chiudi was severely tested by the powerful storm surge caused by Hurricane Harry, with waves exceeding 6 meters in height. The force of the sea overwhelmed defenses, scattering debris and material onto the highway and causing damage to the most exposed buildings. The storm surge shattered the windows of a restaurant and water entered the building. The storm surge continues along Sicily's Ionian coast, and damage is increasing in the Messina region. The collapse of part of the Santa Teresa Riva seafront has expanded significantly. The highway has resulted in the complete closure of the entire road. Red and orange weather warnings have been issued today. Cyclone Harry is raging, with winds exceeding 100 km/h, and schools and shops are closed. Severe weather continues to batter the southern regions, which experts say will face their worst day yet. The warning from the Civil Protection Department primarily concerns Sicily, Sardinia, and Calabria. Disruptions and changes will also apply to train passengers.
Mai vista così.
Wind gusts exceeding 100 km/h are expected in the south, with severe storm surge along exposed coasts. Strong northeasterly winds, the Sirocco, or Tramontana, will blow across the eastern Ligurian Sea, the Sardinian Sea, the Strait of Sardinia, and the south-central Taorminian Sea, with gusts of up to 100 km/h or higher. Sirocco winds will hit the Strait of Sicily and the Ionian Sea, with gusts exceeding 100 km/h. Winds exceeding 80 km/h will also occur in the Adriatic Sea, with rough and stormy seas in the Strait of Sardinia, the Strait of Sicily, the Ionian Sea, and the lower Tyrrhenian Sea. Experts have described the severe weather in Sardinia as an unprecedented phenomenon in recent times, especially on the southeast coast. Evacuations of around 100 people have been ordered in Capoterra, a town about 20 kilometers from the capital, and in Sinai, from the rural hamlet of Tassonis. Many ferry services departing from the island have been cancelled. Around 200 municipalities in Sicily have activated Municipal Operations Centers, COCs, to coordinate the response to the severe weather. This morning, a car hit a pothole on the road along the Santa Teresa di Riva seafront, in the Baracca area of Messina. The driver was an elderly resident of Savoca, who, after the accident, managed to call 112 for help. The man drove onto the seafront road, which had been closed to traffic. A significant deployment of troops has been made to manage the risk of severe weather. It is estimated that more than 6,000 personnel were involved, 200 personnel from the Civil Protection Department, around 1,000 volunteers, and approximately 5,000 personnel from municipalities, firefighters, forestry officials, and other regional and state operational agencies. In Calabria, rocks fell from a cliff due to bad weather and hit a car in the Reggio Calabria area. The driver suffered only minor injuries. Firefighters arrived at the scene and helped the man out of the vehicle for medical treatment. The mayor of Catanzaro, Nicola Fiorita, signed an ordinance banning the use of bicycles, scooters, and motorcycles for home deliveries throughout the municipality.